This is Khush, your local realtor from Vancouver to the Fraser Valley. And if you're looking to buy a lot and build a multi-family project in Surrey, make sure to watch this video till the very end because I'm going to share all the numbers. And depending on the lot you buy, the numbers, the profit potential could vary significantly. So let's start with the R3 zoning. So your typical 7,200 square foot lot with a 60-foot frontage, you can make a duplex on pretty much most of Surrey. Of course, you have to make sure that there's no easements, there's no creeks nearby. So just assuming it's a flat lot, there's nothing weird, you can most likely make a duplex. So the lot would most likely cost you around $1.2 million in a normal area, let's say Cedar Hills, Fleetwood, Sullivan Station, Queen Mary Park. Again, no bad neighborhoods, not super nice neighborhoods, just an average neighborhood, like a nicer, desirable neighborhood. The lot would be $1.2 million. Your ACCs, your city costs, your holding financing costs, your consultants, your arborists, all the soft costs would be around $200,000 for a duplex. Your selling fee for a realtor, whenever it comes to selling the duplex, it will be around $80,000. Again, depends. These are my costs. It could be a little less, could be a little more. Your building costs, so the city of Surrey allows you to make around 600 square meters of a duplex, which comes to around 6,000 square feet, and minus the garage, which, let's say if you're giving a single garage per unit, will be around 400 square feet for the total double garage. So 5,600 square feet plus the 400 square feet garage. The building costs, they have gone up. They pretty much keep on rising pretty much every month. I talk to builders. They used to be 150, then 170, 180, 200 for almost like last year. And now they're close to 220. Again, these are Surrey numbers. Vancouver, it's closer to $350, even $400 per square feet. So Fraser Valley, 220 per square feet is like an average number. Again, many variables, depends on what you need. But for a typical, nicer, normal spec home like quartz counters, HRV, ACs, your typical nicer house, nothing too fancy, but also not like laminate, cabinets or anything. Right? Just like a basic, like a nicer, normal, everyday house. So at 220 per square feet, that comes to $1.32 million for the build, just the hard cost. All in, we're at $2.8 million. So you're building plus selling plus all the soft costs, and your selling price for a typical 2,800 square feet half duplex with a suite, of course, with a legal suite, would be around $1.5 million. So in the last 90 days or so, there have been around 4 or 5 sales for half duplexes. Of course, nothing in Surrey. There's a couple in Willoughby Heights in Langley. Those ones are a little smaller, 2,400 square feet duplexes without a suite. Those ones are selling at around $1.33 million. There's a few selling in North Delta. Those are bigger, 2,700 something square feet with the legal suite. Those ones are selling for around 1.49, so around almost $1.5 million. So in Surrey, similar size to North Delta, we can assume a similar price as well. So around 1.5 million per unit, so $3 million in total for the selling price. Profit potential, of course, $200,000. So 3 million minus the 2.8. So it's most likely going to take you around a little under 2 years. Of course, this includes a few months of that it's going to take to sell as well. So again, this is the profit potential for a typical duplex. So this is not a huge number because 200 is pretty much around the same price that builders were making by literally making a standard 3-level house in Surrey and selling it for, let's say, 2.6, 2.7, and then 200K would pretty much be a profit potential for a house. So making a duplex isn't giving you a whole lot of profit potential, but where the profit actually comes is by making a houseplex. Okay, so to build a multiplex or a fourplex, also known as a houseplex in Surrey, you need a backlane for sure. The rules are changing. I'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. But you need a backlane for now to make a fourplex in Surrey. So a typical lot, let's say without a backlane, would be selling for around 1.2. But if it has a backlane, now everyone knows about the premium in the development density bonus. Everyone's asking at least 200K more for something with the backlane. So let's assume $1.4 million for the same lot, the same size, 7,200 square feet, but it has a backlane. So your ACC, DCC, everything, all, you need a DP, the development permit, if you are building a houseplex now. You did not need that if you're building a duplex. So everything, it will cost you around $260K for all the soft cost. Your selling fee for all, because it's a bigger unit, there's 4 units now, it will probably cost you around $140K. This is of course always negotiable. Your building costs. So the city of Surrey is allowing you around 600 square meters plus the basement minus the garage for a houseplex. So for the duplex, it's 6,000 square feet in total, including the basement. But for a houseplex or a fourplex, it's 6,400 square feet plus the basement. So in total, it will be around 8,200 square feet. So around 2,050 square feet per each unit of, let's say, the quarterplex. So, and of course, plus one single garage, around 230 square feet for each unit. So at 220 same per square feet, it comes to around $2 million. So most likely it will not touch 2 million. Most likely it will be much under. My best guess is 1.7, but let's be very conservative. Let's maybe assume the prices will go up in a year from now. Everything's getting more expensive, so let's assume 2 million for the fourplex build. So all in, we're at $3.8 million. Okay, so your selling price will be around $1.2 million per unit. This is again based on a 2,050 square feet unit. The townhouses, let's say typical 1,700 square feet townhouse is selling for around $1 million in Surrey, like a normal area. The bigger 2,000 square feet townhouse is selling for around 1.1, and since it's the same 2,050 square feet, a half or a quarter of a duplex or a half duplex, in like a 4-unit strata, but there won't be any strata fee most likely, and it's a much more premium product than a townhouse with like 100 other townhouses. So most likely 1.2 is a very conservative number. Again, for now, of course, anything is possible in the future. The prices might go up, prices might go down, who knows? But at least for now, 1.2 for a typical 2,000 square feet half duplex is a very conservative number. So 4.8 will be your total selling price for the entire fourplex or the houseplex. And of course, 4.8 minus 3.8 is $1 million. So much more bigger number than the 200K for a duplex. So make sure if you're buying to build any spec home, any spec multi-family project, do not buy something where you can only build a duplex. Make sure to buy something with a backlane where you can make a houseplex, because the numbers just make a lot more sense than just buying and building a duplex. So now, one very important announcement. I just spoke to the city of Surrey yesterday, and the requirement of a backlane is not required anymore. So you can make a houseplex or a fourplex anywhere in Surrey as long as it's the corner lot. So a corner lot without a backlane, you can make a houseplex as long as the parking issue is not there. So you need a bigger frontage or a wider lot. It cannot be a tiny 5,000 square feet lot. Most likely it has to be 7, 8, 9,000 square feet lot. You can make a houseplex without a backlane. So not a lot of people know about this as of now, at least it's 29th November. So you still have a few, maybe a couple of weeks, I think, before the public will know about it, before the city will announce it on their website. So again, it's not adopted as of now. Most likely it will be adopted. Who knows, maybe it won't be adopted. We'll know in a week or so. But from what the city people told me, right now is the time to be buying a bigger 7,000-8,000 square feet corner lot with at least 60-foot frontage, hopefully more, because you need a 50-foot wider building. That's where the money is at, because everyone's running towards buying lots with a backlane, but those are already too expensive. You can still, to this day, get a corner lot around $1.2 million in Surrey, where you can make a fourplex and make a lot more money that way as well.